This internet streaming media is on fire! So I actually got this Amazon Fire TV quite a while ago, so I have an unboxing of it on my channel if you guys want to check it out over there, wherever I decide to put it. I made it a long time ago, but if you guys want to see like a physical look at the unit, I'll go more into that, I guess, on my unboxing than I do on my review, but we'll kind of touch a little bit on the physical unit as well here. So I want to start off this review with one big thing. Should you get the Fire TV or the Fire TV stick, which are both, I guess, kind of the same thing, but they're pretty different really too. I have both of them just in case you're wondering. This is just the review of the Fire TV, so the Fire TV stick review will probably be coming in the future. But for now, the Fire TV is much faster, which is why I really prefer it. It has a lot more features like Ethernet. I guess it has digital audio out and other stuff like that as well. And it's, you know, it's like better for gaming and stuff like that too. But we'll get into that more later, of course. But look out for my review of the stick if you're interested. But if I really had to recommend one unit or the other, I would definitely go with the Fire TV, despite being like, I guess it's like $60 more or so, because the Fire Stick is like $40, but you know, I think it's worth the extra money. So a physical look at the unit, it's pretty small to be honest. Some of the, like the Apple, you know, TV and everything, that's probably smaller to be honest, and like Google Chromecast, that's way smaller. But it's pretty small. It runs fairly cool. It has plenty of ports, which is great, you know, unlike the Fire TV stick. And it also has this awesome remote, which is kind of like rubberized, has voice searching, which is cool, but voice search only works with Amazon stuff, so it doesn't work for like YouTube or Netflix, which kind of sucks. But it's an awesome remote, uses AAAs unfortunately, but it's a great remote. Moving over to streaming media, which is basically the main feature of this device. It's simple, but this basically perfects streaming media. It's just so simple. First off, it has pretty much all the services that you'd ever want to use. It has YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Twitch, obviously like Amazon Prime and stuff like that, or you can also pay for movies on Amazon. It has more stuff beyond that, so just, it's not limited to that, but I mean, it has so much stuff that it's pretty much has the selection under control, so don't worry about that. The unit is very responsive because it has that quad-core processor, so that's really great, and especially in retrospect to the stick TV or TV stick, which is kind of not responsive in my opinion. It's also pretty much automatic everything. It'll turn off automatically for you, but you can also turn it off if you want yourself. Does updates purely automatically, or you can do them yourself if you want as well. So it's just so damn simple. And another thing this thing does is it turns on and off like fast. You just hold down the home button and you can turn this thing off, and then you can press just one button and this thing will be on in like 2 seconds, if that. It's crazy, especially like if you compare it to like an Xbox 360 or something, if you want to stream media on that, because it takes like minutes to start. So this thing is simple and it works great with streaming media. I alluded to this a little bit earlier, but you can also do gaming on this. It has some pretty good options, like some of the older GTA games are like reverse compatible in this thing, which is cool. And it seems like a lot of Android games, because I believe this runs a version of Android or something like that, that Amazon just spiced up themselves. So you can do some gaming with this. Some you can do with the remote, but you know, if you're going to do actual gaming on this, you probably want to get the controller, which is like 40 bucks. Although I think I've seen somewhere online that you can also use like an Xbox 360 controller, probably wired, but you could use that too, which is cool, I believe. With that quad-core processor, it's definitely fast enough for gaming, but I mean, personally, I didn't do it just because if you're gonna do gaming, just go all out and at least get like a gaming console, like an Xbox or a PlayStation. It's really, I mean, you're gonna be limited with gaming on this. Even though it is good for gaming, I don't suggest it. Go with a gaming PC or like a console or something, and you'll be way more satisfied. There are some things that this Amazon Fire TV probably could do better. One thing is it could be 4K. I mean, it could be. YouTube I know has 4K, and I'm pretty sure Netflix does as well. So even though you would have to have pretty fast internet to do that, It is possible, especially if you're just doing like movies, which isn't really even a high frame rate. You could probably do 4K on this unit because it's definitely fast enough. So that'd be nice to have. It also doesn't come with an HDMI cable, which I've always thought was kind of stupid, especially on the FireTV, which is like the up-class version. You'd think it would come with an HDMI cable, but it doesn't. So that doesn't make any sense to me at all. They're not expensive, like at all, but it probably should come with one. Beyond that, there really isn't a whole lot bad about this unit. Everything pretty much it did great. I mean, I guess it'd be nice to have like voice search on YouTube and stuff like that. That'd be cool since it's such a big feature on this remote. But beyond that, I mean, this thing just works great. It's small, it's automatic everything. It's fast, and it's just perfect for streaming media in my opinion. And by the way, Amazon keeps adding new features to this like all the time. Recently they added USB storage, so you can just like get a flash drive and plug that thing in, and you got more storage for your games and music and pictures and all that cool other stuff that you can put on here, because all that stuff can work on this. And you should be able to upload like pictures to like your Amazon Prime account and then use it on this too, and songs and everything too. So it's all linked into like an ecosystem that just works perfectly together. And then you can also just put that in a flash drive, like I said. They also added Bluetooth headphone support, which is kind of cool, and some other cool small stuff. I mean, all that basically means is Amazon is really working on updates, and they're trying to back this up, I think, pretty nicely. So you're actually investing in something that I think is worthwhile. Another huge question about the Amazon Fire TV. Is it better than Roku, Apple TV, or the Google Chromecast? Now, I would personally say yes to all of those. I haven't actually used any of those, I think. Well, I guess I've used Apple TV a couple times, and it's okay, I guess. If you're an Apple fanboy, it's cool. I think this is probably the best choice. Google Chromecast, it doesn't actually have any streaming capabilities. It just casts stuff from devices to the TV. It is cheaper, which, I don't know, it's mixed there. Apple TV, this has a lot more features, it's a lot faster, and I would totally recommend it over that. I've never used a Roku personally, but I've heard a lot of people love them, but from the specs I've seen and all the things that are supported, the Apple TV is probably better, even though I can't totally confirm that myself. I will say this though, I talked about this earlier, if you're using like an Xbox or PlayStation for streaming media, that's cool if it's the only thing you have, but like before this, I have a PlayStation 3 over here that I used to stream Netflix on all the time. Nah, don't do that, don't do that. It takes forever to turn on, it's so much slower. The Amazon Fire TV is cheaper than PlayStation 3, and it just runs streaming media so much better. It's weird how it does that, but it's just built for this shit. So pick up the Amazon Fire TV if you're planning on only doing streaming media. So overall, I definitely suggest Amazon Fire TV. There's probably a few things here and there that I skipped out, but I don't need to talk about everything. This thing is awesome. Everything I tried on it, I loved it. I honestly use mine pretty much every day. I have like breakfast every day, and then I watch some YouTube or Netflix or whatever, and it just works perfectly. I even watch Twitch on it sometimes, which works great as well. It's pretty incredible how much cool stuff you can do on this. It's not really super cheap, to be honest. The Fire Stick TV is cheaper, but I'll tell you what, you get what you pay for, and I would definitely prefer to buy the Fire Stick or the Fire TV instead of the Fire Stick. But with that said, look out for my Fire TV stick review in the future. I will, you know, it's an interesting product to talk about, but it has a lot more flaws than this, to be honest, which I guess do come with the price tag. But overall, check out the Fire TV if you want streaming media. If you don't, then wait, why did you watch this review? Anyways, you guys drop a like on the video if you want to. If you don't, then whatever. And subscribe to my channel if you like tech reviews, because I do that kind of stuff. And beyond that, you guys have a crazy motherfucking day, and I'll see you later. Peace out. By the way, you like the background? It's pretty cool.